like these few hundred people that John F. Kennedy Jr. is going to come back from the dead, and he's going to meet them in Dallas at this one specific place.
Oh my
And they've
God.
been there for weeks.
You're fucking lying.
I'm dead serious. And
What,
like
do they, what
just
do they look like? What kind of people are these?
a bunch of crazy white people.
But like, what are they like? Like apocalypse? Like got a bunker type of white people, or like MAGA white people? Who are these
It's a
people?
combination of both. That's so
Oh my
scary
God!
shit.
Wait, are they meeting like outside of a Sheraton, or are they like?
I don't know exactly where it is. I forgot. I was reading.
I would
reading
hate it
about
for it to be
earlier.
like just like a random Burger King, and like I'm the manager.
Yeah.
And like fuck, we got to deal with these fucking people.
I think it's like a specific spot because he's supposed to come back to that spot
Where
or
he
some shit.
died.
Dallas. What's going on?
No,
in
he
Dallas?
died somewhere else. But like for some reason, I think he's gonna come to that spot. It's completely random. There's no way I can make
That's
sense
so
of it.
fucking-
They're just camping out in the middle of nowhere.
Bro, that shit is sad, bro. I'll be looking at them. I'm like, man, y'all really believe this?
Yeah,
Y'all
man.
are the ones that are holding us down, holding the planet down.
Holding the society back.
Yeah, you guys
I
are really
saw,
killing us here, dude.
I saw a post like talking about it, and they were interviewing like a family member of one of the ladies who's there.
Yeah.
And she's like a mother and like a grandmother to these she has kids, and like the kids were saying, and like, she has a husband and shit.
Yeah.
And the husband was saying that she had spent $200,000 of their own money. Like, just
$200,000?
giving it to the guy because he's been like organizing the whole shit.
Oh my God! From one person.
And that's
And
just
that
Imagine
guy-
how much money that guy has.
Bro, that guy's taking a bath with that money.
Oh,
Literally.
yeah.
Every time she writes a check, he just gets
I'm
like,
gonna
hey.
give it right to JFK Jr.
JFK
when the
Jr.
door closes.
coming back any day now.
Come back any day now. Don't worry. All right, thank you. Close the door.
I know, man.
Fucking evil ass motherfucker. Who believes that?
Hey man, there's a sucker born every day.
Fucking, they think
Yeah.
he's Jesus?
They think he's gonna do something. I
Even
don't
if
know.
he comes back, what the fuck do you expect him to do?
What is the true expectation of what he's supposed
That's
to
what
do?
I
if
come
he
like
comes
every
back
time
to life?
somebody like has a theory, I'm like, bro, even if it happens, what the fuck does this mean?
They worship him.
It's just JFK. He wasn't that cool of a guy. He cheated on his wife.
Yeah.
He had freaky ass Marilyn Monroe singing at his birthday party.
And not even JFK, JFK Jr.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what is it?
Oh,
what-
it's
did
the
his
son.
son do anything? What did
Yeah,
his
he
son
didn't do anything. He was just a guy. He was trying to be a lawyer.
I thought this was for JFK.
No, it's for JFK
guy.
Jr., which makes it even more random.
He wasn't even a politician.
I thought it was
lawyer.
JFK. So it's his son.
JFK Jr.
The fuck is wrong with these people?
I'm telling you, bro.
That name just sounds
I'm
ridiculous.
telling
you. JFK Jr.
Sounds like a fucking fast food joint.
JFK Jr.
You want to go to JFK Jr.'s?
JFK Jr.
Let me get a JFK Jr. medium with this.
Sounds like a chicken joint.
Like a kid's meal. Of
But
like,
dude, legitimately, they're waiting for John F. Kennedy Jr. to come back from the dead. This man has been dead for more than 20 years.
Bro, people are just bored, bro. They gotta be just bored.
how do
They
you
just
pull
waiting.
it off?
I don't even. How do you meet somebody dumb enough to be like, hey, I think I can convince them that JFK Jr. is gonna come back?
Dude, how do they hold this much power over people?
I fucking know.
And then, like, all right, like, I was reading someone's analysis on it, and they're basically saying, like, okay,
The
let's say, someone, like, this reporter did, like, an analysis. He said, let's look at it, let's try to look at this logically.
Okay.
Let's say he comes,
Okay.
he said, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he comes back. Let's say we're all wrong, and John F. Kennedy Jr. comes back for the dead.
Okay.
Like, do they think that he will support them? Because, like, if you
His
look
dad
at,
was like a fucking liberal.
exactly, and if you look up like all of his views, he was a super like liberal, progressive dude. Like, he actually didn't even like Donald Trump. He hated what Donald Trump stood for. Like, he was completely against all that.
Wait,
kind of
JFK
shit.
or JFK Jr.
Both of them, JFK Jr. specifically.
How is this happening then?
Bro, I can't.
Does nobody even know who he is? Like, are they not doing any research? They just heard JFK like, yeah, he's a politician, sure. I would love for him to come back.
He'll help our cause right now.
You know the fucked up thing is, I'm sure there's some way that they're justifying it. I don't know how though.
How is he explaining this to them? How is he pulling this off for so long?
He's just spinning this yarn around these people, and they're believing it.
Someone must know. That like I mean I didn't know this to be quite
Somebody
honest.
knows
Someone
this
must
is
I
a
didn't know
joke.
too much about John F. Kennedy or his son, but like if he's a liberal and like all this shit, I mean, why are you out there? why didn't you choose a more fucking right?
He won't like you.
He won't like.
He
you.
won't like
He comes back. Oh boy, what is this?
That's what I
He
came
just
back
lands.
for.
hell is
He
this?
just comes back from like I don't fucking know from heaven or whatever. He's like a whole spirit now. It's like who the fuck are these people waiting for me? They have signs with his name on it.
Oh man,
We loved you and your daddy. Did you really?
He died doing some rich guy shit. He used to like fly in his own planes.
oh he used to fly them himself like pilot.
Oh, so he
Yeah.
crashed?
I believe so.
Oh, that's sad.
That's some G shit though, kind of. Crashed in the.
I heard
own
he
plane,
was
that
a good guy though. I'm not sure if that was true, but I heard he was a good guy.
It was a good little family.
So
was
they
cool.
getting popped though.
Yeah, they was getting
Didn't,
popped.
They were
Didn't during
they
the
were
pandemic.
fucking killing those family members.
I think one of his cousins or like his nieces and like her daughter got killed.
I wouldn't be
They
surprised.
drowned or some shit in the lake. It
Oh
was,
my
near, the, it was
God.
near the beginning of the pandemic.
those Kennedys have a tendency to die, man.
There's something, bro. It's something happened to him, bro.
Yeah.
Like something. Where did they come from?
Yeah, some Final Destination shit.
Because they all look crazy.
So apparently their daddy was a bootlegger.
Well, they all look like
Kennedy
mannequins.
Senior, he did something. He cheated. Death.
So, no,
I've
he
seen
did
Final
something.
Destination.
Apparently
I know
he
what's
used to
going
be
on.
like, he was basically like a gangster.
Oh,
Like, that's
okay.
how he started out doing like a bunch of illegal shit and like shady shit. And he used that to like put it into legitimate businesses,
Mm-hmm.
right? And eventually like invest in the stock market. And like from there he made like business connections
Yeah.
with like all the powerful people in America.
Like most gangsters do.
Exactly. And then paid his kids' ways into like power and like good colleges and shit. And from there, like with all the connections, they were able to like, run for state senator
Yeah.
and then, president, shit like that.
Should make a movie about that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that would be
It
really
actually
cool.
is pretty fascinating.
I would actually watch that.
Yeah, not about him,
Well, there
about
was-
his dad.
There was a show like that had some elements of it, but it didn't really go into it. Like they had his dad as a character in the show,
Oh,
but he
okay.
wasn't
the
like
Kennedys, just a sitcom.
an animated sitcom.
What was the show about? It was like a
No, this is not. This was the show I'm talking about. Wasn't an animated sitcom. It was a drama on HBO called.
Was it any sitcom?
It was called Boardwalk Empire.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It
It's a
took
good
place.
show.
Yeah, it took place in like the 20s. The show. So like it has a bunch of people who were alive back then, like Joe Kennedy, who was a big figure at that time.
It's pretty interesting.
That'd
Yeah.
be tight.
It's about bootleggers. Pretty damn good. With
Man, can you
homeboy,
believe there was
Ugly
a-
boy.
There was a time here in the U.S. because this is a good segue for that show. That there was a time here in the U.S. where alcohol was illegal.
Bro, I was about to say. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
It's because they were beating them ladies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's they were
Hitting
there.
their
Yeah,
wives.
they were beating them wives too much,
And then they brought it back.
within,
brought it back.
I said, all right,
like,
that's enough. Enough timeout.
in less than like 15 years.
Yeah.
They're
That's
like,
just
we're
crazy,
going to
bro.
bring this back.
You can't get rid of alcohol. How are you going to take this away from us? Like, all right.
It's my human
There's
right.
no weed. Imagine all you got is cigarettes.
Yeah, that was
They
tough
don't- and
times.
no alcohol.
It was
Imagine they
driving
made
people crazy.
alcohol. I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes or anything, but imagine they made alcohol and cigarettes.
Yeah, that
Illegal.
People would have been stressed out.
Oh my god.
People would have been killing each other.
Yeah.
Straight,
or,
yeah.
Or they would have been drinking coffee like to the gills.
Oh my gosh, just having heart attacks and shit.
Nah, the other day I was reading about like what was it called? That was a fucking burp.
Did you hear that through the mic? Or no?
I don't think I heard it because
don't-
you were next to me.
I don't think I heard that, but Omar just released a huge
fuck
belch.
It was a bellowing.
Yo, bellow.
You were saying, Jay?
But what is it like the women's rights movement?
the temperance movement.
Yeah. So I was reading what happened over in England, right? They were blowing up shit in England. Like
The
they
ladies?
They were blowing up like football stadiums and like
Were
bars.
they Bane?
Yeah.
How did they have,
Bang.
how'd they have time to do that? Who was watching the kids?
How do they do that? Do it. Is fucking watching from a helicopter or something?
Come here, Doris. Come here, Doris. Fucking ridiculous, man.
How'd they
Well, I
pull
gotta
this
watch
off?
the kids. Your mom is gonna go blow up the soccer stadium, so I gotta
Going to
watch
earn
y'all.
us some rights. And